Hello friends, welcome back again for the another Android application video tutorial for the YouTube API integration. In this particular video, I am going to talk about that how you can enable the YouTube API player integration inside your Android application. So first of all, let's talk about the Android API. YouTube Android Player API enables you to incorporate the video playback functionality into your Android application. The API also allows you to load and play the YouTube videos or the playlist, and also let you customize and control the video playback experience. So you can load and queue the videos into a player view embedded in your application user interface, so you can then control the playback of the particular video like the play, pause, and you can also shift to a specific point in the loaded video programmatically. So you can register the event listeners to get the callbacks for the certain events like the player loading a video or a player state changing. The API also has the helper functionality to get the support orientation changes as well as the transition to full screen playback. So this is what the basic introduction about the YouTube API integration, and the requirements for this particular things to be done, that you require to download the YouTube API from its official page. You can find out the links in the video descriptions, and you need to have to register this particular project into the Google console to get the YouTube API enabled and to get the exact API key regarding your particular this project, so you can integrate or you can use the Google service, that is the YouTube Data API. So that is what the two basic requirement for this particular YouTube integration, and that is what I am also going to discuss in this particular video tutorial. So let's start with the video. You have to first create a one particular Android application. So just go inside the file, go inside the new and create the new project inside this particular Android Studio. So you will get the interface like this one. When you will complete this particular registration, all the registration, the new window will look like this one, and where you will get the nothing on the screen but only the hello world will be over there. Now the next thing that you have to do, because we are going to do this in the fashion that we are going to use the internet over here. So first of all, go inside the Android manifest file and register and give the permission for this particular application that it is using the internet connection from over here. So add this particular uses permission inside the Android manifest file. Now next, what you have to do, you have to download the YouTube API from the appropriate page and just unzip that particular folder in the specific place in your particular computer or the system. Then what you have to do, you have to copy that particular jar file inside this particular package folder. So go inside the project structure of our Android project, then go inside the libs over here, go inside the libs inside the YouTube API, inside the app, go inside the libs where you have to right click and paste this particular jar file over here, which I have already pasted over here. So here you can see the YouTube Android Player API jar is present in my this library function. So that is what the library is now included for our project declaration. But you have to also configure the Gradle script over here. So go inside again the Android project structure. Now go inside the Gradle script where you have to configure the build.gradle for the module app. So go inside the build this particular thing, and you have to add this particular line inside this build.gradle script, where it will compile the files. It will also compile the jar file that you have just copied right now in this particular project. So this is what the API integration right now. So that will allow you to access the particular classes that are inside the YouTube Android Player API. So you can access those classes very well to run the YouTube videos in your Android application. Now next thing, that what you have to do, you have to get the API key from the console that will enable the YouTube data integration in your Android application. So go inside the console.google.com, go inside over here the console.developers.google.com. Inside that particular thing, you have to sign in with your particular account. Then you have to API manager, where you will get the number of APIs there. From that you have to choose the YouTube API, YouTube Data API from that, and you have to enable that API from that one. Now go inside the credentials. Go inside the credentials over here, and you have to register your particular Android project from to get the API key regarding your application. So I have already registered this particular thing over here. So as you can see, it will look like this one. So whenever you will register your particular application, it will ask you for the name of your particular API by which this particular pair of the key, pair of the SHA and the package name will be pair of this key will be referred. So I have given it as the YouTube API underscore Android Studio, and the package name that I have given is the com.purvik.youtube API, and the SH1 certificate fingerprint is already given by me. So when you will where you will find out this SH1 certificate, go inside your Android Studio and try to run your particular project once. So when you will execute your when you will run your application project once, and then after go inside the Gradle, then again build the Gradle again. So when you first just build your particular application project or execute your application, then you will find out the Gradle project has been created a one Gradle script, where inside this particular thing you have to find out, go inside the Android tab, then find out the signing report in this particular thing and just double click on it, so it will execute that on the terminal run window. Then after, from that one you will find out the SH1 certificate regarding your particular this Android debug key is there. So this is what the SH1 certificate that you have to copy it from over here, and just copy this thing from over here and you have to paste it on the particular this console. So this is what the pair of the package name and the SH1 certificate. So when you will do this thing, then just save this particular thing and it will give you the particular API key for your particular this project. So this is the what the key that you have to use for this particular project. Just copy this and paste it somewhere so it can be usable later in your particular project. So where this thing is going to be very useful, that I can tell you now. Now inside your particular project, create a new class. Inside your particular project, create a new class in this particular package folder, and the name of that particular class will be config. What will the config contain? The config contain only the YouTube API key that just we have configure right now on the console. So just create a config class, create a private constructor will be public constructor will be there with the null parameters, and create a public static final string, that is what the YouTube API key, and just paste the API key from API key over here, that what we have got from the console. So you have to just paste this over here. So this is what the config will just let us know about the API key that just we have configured. Now next thing what we have to do, we have to generate the layout of this particular application. So just go inside the layout. I have updated my Android Studio to the 1.5, so it has given me the activity underscore main and the content underscore main to XML files. So I have to modify the content.main XML file, where the text view that we have seen as the hello world, it is defaultly given to you, but the next view that I have added is the com.google.android.youtube.player.youtube player view. This YouTube player view you will easily get when you will write this particular code. Just see this particular code snippet very well, and you can also copy paste this particular code inside this to get this particular view. So this is what the particular thing, where you have to assign the ID and the layout view and appropriate parameters to let it be configured very well. So this is what the configuration of the content underscore main.xml file. So this is where the view will be added to our layout. Now what we have to do, we have to configure our Java file very well easily. So inside this main activity.java file, come back to the main activity.java file, where instead of extending this particular class with the base class activity or the app compact activity, we have to extend this particular class with the base class of the YouTube base activity. So it will get access the another few parameters and the few methods and the subclasses of this particular base class. And we have to also implement the interface of the YouTube player with the onInitialize listener and the callback method and the unimplemented method of this particular interface. We have to also integrate in this one. So what the YouTube based activity will give you, it will give you the access to the YouTube. It will give you the access to the YouTube player to let the YouTube videos place onto this particular thing. So this is the thing that you have to configure for the extending the main activity with the YouTube based class. And what this interface will give you, the interface will give you the two methods will be there. That is what the on-initialization success. So and the on-initialization failure, that will come into the picture when you will create a connection with the particular YouTube, and when you will get the successful connection, then it will just play your video with the help of this thing, and it will, if the failure will be occur, then it will give you the recovery request. It will give you the recovery request dialog where the user can recover this particular thing very well, or it will give you the error string. It will just toast the error string where you cannot recover your particular request. So this is what the two methods. And when the recovery option is given to you, and when the user can be able to recover this particular player with the playing option, then the on activity result, if the recovery request is equal to the request code, that is equal to 1, then it will configure. It will try to initialize if the user is performed the recovery option. So if the user has performed the recovery option very well, then it will retry the initialization of playing the video on this particular Android application. So this is what the three methods over here which will play the particular video. And before this thing, what you have to do, you have to just take a declare this particular final integer, that is what the recovery request that is used for the requesting the retrying the initialization, and the YouTube player view that we have just integrated inside our this particular XML file, that you have to display it over here, and the object of that particular is created over here, and it is initialized with the YouTube API key that we have configured. So it is accessible with the config.the YouTube API key and this. So this is how, and this is how you can integrate the API. So this is how you can integrate the YouTube videos in your particular Android application. And make sure that you will use the last code of your particular video. That is what you will see in the YouTube video URL. So it will load that on that much. It will load that particular video in your Android application. So that is what the YouTube API integration. And make sure that you perform the practical of this particular application in the mobile phone, because if you try to execute this particular application in the emulator, then it will give you the pop-up dialog window that you have to install the YouTube application first, then you can get the access of playing this particular YouTube video, because it has the several functionalities and the several classes that is integrated with the YouTube application that is provided from the YouTube. So this is what I am talking about, that let's just pop up the particular window with the recovery option, that get the YouTube application if it is not available, if it is not installed in your particular mobile phone, because this is the emulator, it is not allowing you to install this particular YouTube app. And this is what it will display with the message that this app won't run without the YouTube app which is missing from your device. So you can also get the YouTube app from the direct Play Store if it is giving you the link, and you can see that it has giving the particular error message, and error occur while initializing the YouTube player. So this is how you can execute, or how you can play your YouTube videos on the Android application. So that is what the YouTube Android API integration. So thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe to my channel for the another video tutorials like this one, and thank you very much.